Hi and Namaste. My name is Henry Jedicaire. This is part 3 on my commentary regarding the book of my friend Henry Doktovsky called The 11 Naked Emperor. This is a book of what happened to the Hare Krishna movement after its founder, Swami Bhaktivedanta, passed away in 1977. It is a good place to start if you want to understand the lies, the deceit, the scams of the Hare Krishna movement in 1977, and some of the deceit are present right now, today, in 2020. I decided to do this series of video because I received an email from one of the present Hare Krishna guru. His name is Shankar Shan, that you see here. He has videos online of people that barely understand English washing his feet and then possibly drinking the water that has washed his feet because they have accepted him as their guru. This guy wrote to me that I would have a terrible next life because I dare to criticize some of the teaching of Swami Bhaktivedanta, mainly that Swami Bhaktivedanta did write in his book that the black race was an ugly race, that women were less intelligent than men because they had a smaller brain, and that homosexuality was demoniac. I received other emails from other fanatic devotee of Swami Bhaktivedanta calling me a demon, saying that I'm going to hell simply because I dare criticize an aspect of Swami Bhaktivedanta's teaching. After I received such emails, I went online and looked how many Iskcon gurus is there right now in 2020. And I was surprised to see that there's nearly 100 Iskcon guru right now. And possibly there's 100 more from various offshoots of Iskcon. And many of those little gurus have videos online of people worshiping them, washing their feet, bowing down in front of them because they consider those little gurus to be their ticket to paradise. So today I would like to come to you as a therapist, as someone who has worked with thousands of clients, and my special field of interest at the present moment is brainwashing and mind control by cults. In the last few years, I have helped a few hundred people to get deprogrammed from the brainwashing that they had received from various Hindu cults, various Buddhist cults, and a few Christian cults. Brainwashing really exists. What is brainwashing? When you give your power, when you give your mind, when you give your heart to an individual to be your controller. And we have seen what a disaster this has caused in the past in the Hare Krishna movement for the followers of such false guru as Kirtan Ananda, who was a pedophile, of Bhavananda, who was an homosexual and pedophile, and all types of other abusers that have abused men, women, and children, making them believe that if they worship their guru, the guru will guide them to pure devotion. In other tradition, they call it enlightenment. So what is the Hare Krishna philosophy in a nutshell? First of all, it is to believe, to accept without any doubt that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the Supreme God, above Shiva, above Jesus, above Buddha. Him and his girlfriend Radha are, for the Hare Krishna movement, the ultimate goal of life. To become a true Krishna devotee basically means that you have to love Krishna and his girlfriend Radha more than anything else in the world, more than your family, more than your children, more than any material success. The Hare Krishna philosophy demands that ultimately your ultimate focus in life should be to chant the Hare Krishna mantra and to fall in love with Sri Krishna and his girlfriend Radha. The Hare Krishna philosophy teach that Krishna naturally is in the heart of everyone as Paramatma. But it also teach that Krishna live on a spiritual planet called Goloka Vrindavan in the spiritual world. And that if you attain that state of love of God, when you leave the body, the soul will be transferred to that planet of Krishna, where you will live eternally in the presence of Lord Krishna, and you will take part in his fabulous pastimes with the spiritual cows and the spiritual friends of Lord Krishna. Now the problem is that in order to get there, you have to get an initiation by a spiritual master, a guru that knows apparently everything about the philosophy, the theology of Krishna consciousness. The Bhagavad Gita says that the self-realized soul can show you the truth because he has seen the truth. In part 1 and part 2 of this series, I have demonstrated that the first 11 gurus of Iskcon were basically cheaters. Some were pedophiles, and some became murderers. They tried to fool thousands of Krishna devotees that they were now the way to reach love of God. They were now the spiritual master of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And we have seen that it turned out to be a disaster. And now we have 100 more that claim to be guru, that claim to be spiritual master. It has become a way of stamping. Okay, you've chanted 16 rounds of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare for 4, 5, 6, 10 years. You kept your sexuality to your wife, or you have been a brahmachari, or possibly you have been an hypocrite. You have been recommended by a few others, guru well established, and here you go. Iskcon will make you a spiritual master. And I say, it is a complete scam, a very dangerous scam, because psychologically, when you make that promise to accept someone as your spiritual mentor, someone that you will repeat the glory every day of your life, someone that you will put pictures on your altar and around your home, someone that you consider more important than any other human being on the planet. If that person is a self-realized soul, well, maybe you will benefit. But if that someone is a rascal, a cheater, a pretender, he might take over your mind, he might take over your heart, and he might take over your money, your time, your energy, more than anything else, more than any other theologies on this planet. Your mind become focused on him. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is called brainwashing in my book. I have seen so much use and abuse in the Hare Krishna movement since I joined the Hare Krishna movement in the spring of 1969. I completely walked away, especially when those 11 gurus declared themselves to be true spiritual masters. It was clear to me, because I knew most of them, that they were liars, deceivers, scammers, and many of them were responsible for tremendous abuse, especially in the Hare Krishna schools, where nearly 1,000 children were used and abused physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually. I have made many videos about that. And now, more than 40 of those ex-students of those schools have committed suicide. Why? Because they could not live with their subconscious mind filled with the abuse that they have received when they were in those schools. I have seen hundreds of arranged marriage fall apart because some gurus, some temple president said, you marry this one and you marry that one. And because the Hare Krishna of the 1970s and 80s were not using any contraceptive because sex was reserved only for reproductions, so many children were born out of those marriages, and many were just abandoned in Hare Krishna schools so that the parents could go out and make money for their guru, like Kirtan Ananda and Tamal Krishna and Bhavananda and so many others. One of the most important discussion that I had with Swami Bhaktivedanta was in New Zealand around 1972. It was a day where he was receiving a group of devotee of Paramahansa Yogananda. And for many hours, Swami Bhaktivedanta and his guest talk about self-realization. And he said, and I quote, that Paramahansa Yogananda was very self-realized. He also said that Aurobindo was self-realized. He also quoted that verse from the Bhagavad Gita that said that the self-realized soul can show you the truth because he has seen the truth, because he has realized the truth. So there's an enormous difference between knowing, studying the various Hindu scriptures and being able to repeat those scriptures like a parrot, and the one that actually is self-realized. Self-realization means that you cease to identify with the body-mind. You know in your heart 100% that you are a divine soul every minute of every day. The Bhagavad Gita says that out of millions, maybe one will experience such self-realization. Only one will know God, the divine, in truth. So as far as I'm concerned, most of those little gurus of Iskcon are not self-realized. Some might be sincere followers, sincere repeaters, and there's some like this Sankarshan that are total scammers. They are not self-realized, and they demand worship. They demand that you wash their feet. They demand adoration. They demand that their picture be posted in the home of their devotees. They are dangerous. It is very easy to brainwash people. There is hundreds of cults, Hindu, Buddhist, Christian, Scientology, etc., that have brainwashed millions of people in believing their theology, their philosophies. It is very easy to program the mind of someone who is adoring you, following you, wanted enlightenment from you. And I say, it is quite difficult for many followers who wake up and realize that their guru is a phony person and the philosophy that they were following is false. It is very hard sometimes to deprogram the mind, to leave behind all this promise that one may have made at the time of initiations. It might be very hard to get away from the Sangha, from the group of people that are around the Guru, be right or not, or Shankarshan, or the hundreds of others little gurus preaching around the world right now. At the present moment, I am putting together a website called www.homeillumination.com. And one of the services that I will be offering on this website is therapy via Skype, via Zoom, where I will help cult member to get their mind deprogrammed from various philosophies, theologies, and gurus. Help them become free from the negative influence that they have received from such gurus. Be Hare Krishna, be other Hindu cult, or Buddhist cult, or Christian cults. I will be there to help, to coach my client so that they will be free from such influence. And I will recommend meditation technique, psychological technique that they can apply in their life right now to free themselves from such influences. We are now at the end of September 2020. The website should be up within 30 days or so. In the meantime, you can always reach me through my Facebook page. Thank you very much, and please do not give your power away. Do not give your heart, do not give your mind to anyone to be controlled at any time. Life goes by very fast, and you want to keep the control of your life. You do not want to give your life away to some false guru, to some false teacher that can make you waste years of your life in servitude. Thank you very much, and namaste.